Did we make a haunted doll?
We're gonna try to record your voice.
Since just after Halloween, we've taken an antique doll on all of our paranormal investigations in some of the most haunted places in the world to see if we can get a ghost or a spirit to attach itself to the doll. Ooh, that's creepy.
Are you haunted?
Well, that shouldn't happen.
No.
Are you trying to touch that?
Is there someone attached to this doll?
That is unsettlingly creepy. All right, the time has finally come, Dave.
The time is here. The time is now. The time is always now.
We have been telling you guys basically that we are going to be investigating the doll, Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll. For 4 months now, we've been taking her to some of the most haunted places in the world, going on paranormal investigations with us to see if we could actually make her haunted. And the story behind that actually is quite interesting because we've had experiences with dolls that are allegedly haunted in the past, but it's become so common on the internet now. I mean, you see all the time people on TikTok or on eBay selling what they say are haunted dolls. And we wanted to kind of prove to ourselves, it's like, can a doll actually be haunted? And this was the best way that we could think of to do that, was to try and see if we could take a doll to some of the most haunted places in the world to see if some spirit or entity could attach itself to the doll if we invited them to do it. And you've probably heard us. I mean, how many times, Dave, have we said during a session, you want to follow us home, come with the doll.
Get really close to that doll, and maybe you can even attach your energy to it.
That's why we brought it. If somebody wants to leave this building, the only way that you can do that is by attaching yourself to that doll.
If you want to stick with that baby and you want to come travel with us, you can go anywhere with that baby. All you have to do is attach your energy to it. That's what we invited you to do that.
Yeah, I mean, we always ask something to invite itself to attach to the doll, and periodically throughout the months or years that it takes us to see if the doll gets haunted, we're going to do these check-ins and investigations with Molly to see if, in fact, anything has attached to her. So this is number 1.
And we decided to do it here. Why?
Because this is, in fact, the most haunted place in America. Not joking. Actually, I am joking. Yeah, I've lived here for several months now, and I've had absolutely nothing happen since I moved in here, except for almost dying, but that's a whole nother video. So yeah, what a better sterile environment, if you will, a clean slate to bring an alleged haunted doll to see if maybe something does happen while she's here, because nothing happens otherwise.
Yeah, and that was the whole goal. We wanted to have a controlled experiment to see if there was any paranormal activity surrounding the doll, but we couldn't do it in the house where I live, which Dave used to live, as you know, we were roommates for the longest time. He lived there as well, but as you may have seen on the channel, we've investigated there before, and there have been deaths in that house, and there's been paranormal activity.
That was right next to you too.
Yeah.
That was like right
Yeah.
here.
If something were to happen, we'd have no idea whether the paranormal activity was coming from the actual house itself or coming from the doll. So, you know, we had to make a decision, and we chose to do it in this apartment because Dave's never had any experiences here. So, but it's going to be interesting. We aren't really sure what's going to happen because we had something happen whenever we were at the cottage. I mean, that kind of blew us away.
I mean, I turned around when I was done.
Whoa, and Molly just fell over.
Are you serious?
Yes, literally this camera is still rolling.
It was either very strange timing or something paranormal did happen with her sitting on the back of the couch there, because she just tipped over and fell backwards amongst other things that were happening in the room. So whether it was completely paranormal on her behalf, I don't know, but maybe we'll find that out today.
Yeah, because again, one of the hard parts about it is we had her set up on the couch for nearly 2 hours in that exact same spot when we were walking and moving around, opening and closing the front door, setting up equipment, coming close to the couch, sometimes putting things onto the couch, and she never fell over until that moment when pretty much all of us were stationary except for I had moved across the room, maybe 10, 15 feet away from the couch. So it was a weird timing, if it was vibration or if it was gravity that caused her to fall from me walking. Why did it happen then and not when I was less than 6 inches away from the couch and walking? So it's bizarre, but like Dave said, could it have been paranormal activity within the cottage? Could it have been paranormal activity attached to the doll? Could it have been just a coincidence and it actually was vibrations? We don't really know. We tried to debunk it, but in the moment there was no way really to fully debunk it because she had been there for 2 hours. So I don't know, I'm kind of interested to see how this goes. Now the doll itself, she's a creepy doll.
She is.
There's no doubt about that. She has a very strange aura around her because she's old. She's an antique doll. I actually bought her from an antique shop when I was visiting the southern part of West Virginia near a town called Bluefield, West Virginia. And I bought her in 2022, actually. So we've had her for quite a while, never had any activity surrounding her until we started bringing her on these investigations. So, and we've brought her on, gosh.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, almost all of them. Over a dozen investigations since October. And we're going to keep bringing her on these investigations, and you never know, maybe we'll come to a place where there's even more activity, something even darker. But for right now, for the first time ever, you're going to see it. We're going to try and make communication with something that may be attached to this doll, and if we don't get anything, then we don't get anything. That just means we have to work harder to try and get some spirit to attach itself or attach themselves.
Yeah, it's part of the whole experiment with her in the first place. So you want to see if maybe something's attached?
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and get started on this experiment. Let's investigate Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll.
Just for the camera, there is no central heating or air conditioning in this place, so
Right.
there's a thermostat here, but it's all baseboard.
So I think we finally got everything set up here and ready for us to leave this apartment completely empty with Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll, or maybe Miss Molly, the haunted doll. I don't know. We're going to find out here in this video. So make sure you stay tuned all the way to the end to see what we capture. But this is going to be interesting. We've done many abandonments where we've left Molly alone in haunted buildings and had stuff happen and had nothing happen. But we've never done an abandonment with just her as the focal point, just the doll as a focal point. And I feel like this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Molly, it's your time to shine. You know how to make all this equipment work, so when we're gone, yep.
And you're probably also wondering why we have so much equipment packed in around her. Just to let everyone know, of course, if the equipment goes off, it could be unexplained, but we also aren't going to say that anytime the equipment goes off, it is unexplained. Having a lot of these different like EMF detectors around her and stuff is a good way for us to get a baseline as well. The millimeter EMF there is going to tell us if there's any EMF introduced into the environment or if there is any EMF around her currently, and right now it is sitting at a 0.0, meaning it is not detecting any EMF around her, which gives us a good idea of why maybe some of our other equipment might be going off. If there's EMF in the environment, if there's EMF coming from any part of anything naturally explainable in this environment, that could set off other pieces of equipment. But it doesn't seem that there is. So that's a good sign. So let's go ahead and leave this alone and see what happens while we're gone.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Ghost Chatter here as well. Now remember, this is an app that is going to be asking questions for us while we're gone. It is not giving responses from spirits. It is asking for interaction of some kind. So I'm going to turn this on. And remember, this is in the iOS App Store, coming soon to Android, the Ghost Chatter app. If you do investigations and need something that'll ask questions for you, it's a great tool for paranormal researchers. So it's going to ask the first question here in 5 seconds.
Can you make the REM pod light up to show us you're here?
Okay. I'm going to move this out away from the couch cushion a little bit,
Okay.
just to see if maybe that is the reason why. See if some static from the couch cushion was causing problems here.
Well, it did what the ghost chatter asked.
40. I.
40i.
All right, Molly. Don't let us down, girl. If there is a spirit attached to this doll, we're leaving. We want you to touch all of these things. Let's try and make them go off. You've seen us use them 100 times.
All right. We're leaving.
We're leaving. Sorry, I've got neighbors, y'all.
Stay. American. Children. MacLeod. Alone. Disturb. Screw.
Can you make a loud noise?
Swim. Pam. Forever. Purified.
Is there a dark entity here?
We're back. The EDI was going on. Oh, wow. I'm going to take my shoes off because that's going to drive me absolutely bonkers, dragging shoelace on your floor.
Whoa. Okay.
There's no way it's interference because if it was, the millimeter would be going off.
Right. And a tripwire.
Well, the Mel Rem would. Seer Molly. Diamonds are a girl's best friend.
That's true.
Molly, you trying to tell me you want a diamond? Try not to be so demanding, Molly. All right. Cool. We're all set up. We got Seer on. We're ready to get started. We don't know what happened on abandonment while we had Molly completely alone in here with all the equipment. We did look at the Ovilus words. It didn't appear that anything unusual came through from the list that could be relevant to the doll or any place that we've been to previously. Let's scooch this way. I'm just trying to figure out why that's doing that. But again, you watching this, the viewer watching this video, you know more about what happened when we were alone than what we do, so.
That's true.
Is there anyone here with us right now that would like to use these pieces of equipment to speak to us? We're going to be doing some recording, but there's also something leaning up against... Re-rolling on GoPro, because it did the clip thing again. Sometimes that GoPro will actually just randomly stop recording. We've noticed that. Like that. And then like the third time you re-record is when it actually stays on. So hopefully now it will stay on.
Hopefully so.
But you can show us pictures through that thing that might be relevant to who you are, or even if you wanted to show us a picture of the doll. Are you trying to touch that? What is that?
My ice machine.
Oh. Ooh. That's creepy. Didn't I just say show us a picture of who you are or a picture of the doll?
Yeah. That is a little weird.
That is unsettlingly creepy.
So,
could be random. Again, could be random, but
could be.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say just like right off the bat, if there is something that has attached itself to this doll, can you please touch the silver antenna that's right in front of the doll?
Not this one over here. We'd love to see the one at the doll's feet light up.
If you've attached yourself to that doll, can you do that for us?
It's tough to know at this point. If there was something attached to the doll, it's tough. It would be tough for us to even begin to know where or who or at what point something actually did.
Yeah. Whoa.
Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
The whole tripwire just lit up. Was that you? If that was a picture of you, if you're a gentleman, can you touch one of these devices? Maybe that yellow box right there, if you got close to it, it would play music and we would know that you're here. It could be a coincidence, but since we have started taking Molly around to these hospitals and different haunted houses and asylums, more strange stuff has started happening to me at home and to Miranda, which is where we keep the doll. We keep it in the house. Do you like hiding stuff from people? If you like hiding stuff from us, can you make one of these lights turn on? Because there was one story which I told on a live stream, but basically, to make the long story short, Miranda was using these tweezers and she set them down on the bed, went downstairs to get a bowl of cereal. And that is a picture of what looks like the jail cell at Randolph County Asylum.
Yeah, it surely does look a lot like it.
The jail cell came to be from a judge, so he convinced the county to give him one of the jail cells from the county jail. He said, if we get into war, then I will keep order out here.
That's weird.
Perfect dimensions with the bars, and then it goes bars along the side and back. REM pod.
Am I blocking that one? I can't tell.
No.
Okay.
Is that who this is? Are you someone that was in, which that's on the men's floor at Randolph County Asylum too, where that jail cell is.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not trying to make the seer images make sense, just trying to possibly piece things together.
I mean, it looked exactly like it.
It looked exactly like that jail cell.
Whoa.
I got it.
The mill and the REM pod are going off in there.
That camera's rolling.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, we see you.
I like chaos too. You want to light those up?
Whoa.
We're recording your lavalier.
Yeah, I'm already rolling on mine. Seer is an experimental tool. You know, it's not paranormal evidence, but we can use it to try and possibly get closer to answers.
It's part of the research, like all the stuff.
Part of the research, because we did have, remember, a couple years ago at the Asher Walton house, Seer produced an image of an elderly woman in a white dress when I was in the other room talking about the woman in white. Is Julia the woman in white?
Generating?
Again.
Oh, whoa. We've got an elderly lady sitting on a bed. Oh, I've got cold chills. An elderly woman in a white gown with white hair, short white hair, sitting on a bed. She looks to be at least 80 plus years old.
Thank you, Julia. So we've had bizarre stuff that defies logical explanation with Seer before.
Mm-hmm.
Was it when I was asleep up there outside of the jail cell? And Molly was sitting right outside that room when I slept there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Molly and I, but she was closer to the door than me at Randolph.
Did you see our doll in Randolph? Right outside the jail cell? Or maybe this is Ida. Ida Gunkel, have you attached yourself to this doll?
Is this Doris Addington? Ew.
That's creepy.
Yeah, Doris had spent, since she was 9 years old till she was in her 80s, she spent living in the Randolph County Infirmary. Again, not trying to push connections or anything. I'm just saying it's weird that the 3 images we've gotten are an elderly man, what looks almost exactly like the jail cell at Randolph, and then an elderly woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Let me... Also notice how it didn't ding that time. But it did ding when the cell came up.
I did notice that. EDI just went crazy.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Did you catch it on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should be good now.
We're going to try to record your voice.
This is the doll Molly investigation. Are you near the doll? Are you attached to that doll? Thought I heard something back in the bedroom here. If you can move stuff around in here, can you shut a door for us?
Do you like traveling with us to all of these different locations?
Okay, that was us moving, but we're stationary now. Did you come from Randolph County Infirmary?
Is this Doris?
And stopping.
I can't even tell what that is.
At first I thought it might have looked like the silhouetted shadow of a little girl in a dress, but I really can't tell with the movement and the undulation. Maybe it'll be clearer whenever we're done when we stop it.
Yeah.
If we can actually see what the image, the stationary image looks like. Sometimes the undulation definitely makes it harder to tell what it is.
It looks like one of those catwalk clocks with a moving tail.
The eyes pop out when it hits the hour. This is the doll Molly investigation. Are you near the doll? Are you attached to that doll?
Is this Doris?
He got his bell rung.
Wow. We got another face. This time it's a man with long hair, and it looks like
Wolverine.
one of his eyes is like a amber color, and the other one is not. A lot of faces here. Makes tough to find meaning out of it because it's just a face, you know. That one is definitely a younger, what looks to be a younger man. This one has been going off quite a bit. Can you make one of these other things go off for us so that we know that you're... Whoa, the tripwire just went off.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Hope it wasn't standing in the way of it. Can you make one of these other things go off? Or maybe even move? Just to show us that you are actually influencing that? Because that going off by itself doesn't mean much to us unless there's something else that happens that will show us that you're actually trying to talk to us.
What about the one with the green light? Can you touch the one with the green light?
Tripwire.
I saw that.
Each one of those individual nodes is actually an EMF detector, so it will light up different colors depending on the level of EMF that's being exposed to each node of the tripwire. Did it again. Funny enough, it's just right around that REM pod. Can you talk through this box for me? Is there anyone that's here with us that would like to use this to let their voice come through?
That's weird.
Who was that just spoke? There was a man's voice that came through there that I couldn't hear. Can you come in and talk louder?
Are you from the Randolph County Infirmary?
Sound like a man's voice too, but I couldn't make it out.
Mm-hmm.
Please come through and talk as loudly as you can.
Did you follow us from the place we filmed last week?
If you're attached to the doll, can you use this to speak when I get it closer? Okay.
What?
Elderly woman.
Again?
Not saying... My apologies if I don't mean the word elderly offensively. I hope you, if you're here and you're listening to me, I hope you know that. It's just a descriptive adjective for us to be able to describe how you look. And not saying you look elderly. God, I'm digging myself a hole here. I am so sorry. I'd be in the doghouse if I was...
Can't quite tell what that is.
I can't either. I had a thought.
What?
People are gonna... I don't want to say it because people are gonna think that I'm leading Like, I don't want to be the type of investigator that leads myself to believe something through my own imagination. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But what was the one thing that Doris Addington loved? Her room at Randolph is filled with them.
Dolls. Yeah.
And I took Molly down to the kitchen for her.
Doris.
Not saying that this is Doris, but could it be a piece of energy
From her.
from her? A giant anchor.
From the anchorage.
That's right, lead us ourselves right back there too. Can you tell us your name through this? What's your name? My name is Ryan, that's Dave.
Did you follow us from one of these places we've been? Can you one more time try to show us a picture of yourself using that? Tripwire.
So far, nothing really clear through the spirit box.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna turn that off then. We've been rolling on it for a good 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's come through yet. Here's what I'm gonna do before I take this camera from Dave and film him. I'm gonna replace this.
Ooh.
Soldier?
Looks very, modern warfare-ish.
It does. Like, it looks like World War II, if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that helmet.
I like how he takes the camera after he's gone through all of the equipment. And now I just gotta stand here like an oaf. I mean,
Kind of what?
another stretch, but kind of like you're looking out the window of Randolph County.
Over at the barn.
Yeah. What else do you want to try?
We could try another EVP session.
Okay. Okay. Second EVP, Molly. We're not moving. Is there someone attached to this doll, or either one of us, that's been following us around? We're trying to record your voice, so make sure you talk right here. How long have you been with the doll? How long have you been with us?
Creepy skeleton, guys, but could just be a generic random image.
If you can hear us talking to you, can you touch that green box right there by the doll? Okay.
We're not moving. Is there someone attached to this doll, or either one of us that's been following us around? We're trying to record your voice, so make sure you talk right here. How long have you been with the doll? How long have you been with us? Creepy skeleton guy, but could just be a generic random image. If you can hear us talking to you,
Mothman?
can you touch that green box right there by the doll?
Nothing. Not a dag-nerbed thing.
Do you want to, because we've been running on Seer for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to turn on the regular ghost tube? Just for like 5 or 10 minutes to end the session, just to see if anything comes through?
Yeah.
So we'll put that right there.
Yeah, it's outside.
Well, that's not where we want it to be. We want
it to be right here. Who are you? What's your name? Who is your daddy and what does he do? Thought she might have been an Arnold fan.
She might have been.
Are you haunted? Ma'am? Hello? Does that make you mad?
That's so weird. When you touch her, the node in front of you on the tripwire would light up.
Really?
Yeah, do it. Do it again.
I also...
Not necessarily.
I also noticed the, milligals went up.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
$13.
Yeah, like when you watch this back, I think it was up to like 16.
Just when you touched her?
I'm pretty sure. Hello? Does that make you mad?
That's so weird. When you touch her, the node in front of you on the tripwire would light up.
Really?
Yeah, do it. Do it again.
I also...
Not necessarily.
Well, that shouldn't happen.
No. Is this making you mad?
Yeah, that node right in front of you whenever you were touching her. It might have been when you kneeled on the couch, though.
Could have been.
I don't know. But that is weird that the milligals would go up to like 16.
Yeah.
You know what would be funny, then?
What?
If the milligals went up to 13.
That would be. Yeah.
Because you said you think it was 16, but you might have been wrong.
Yeah, I thought I saw a 6. But I could be wrong.
That would just be funny if it went up to 13 milligals, and then Ghost Tube was like 13 when you were telling me how high it went up.
If that made you mad, touch this thing right here. Look. Actually,
I don't like it.
it's kind of weird.
Dave has a bad habit of getting on the nerves of dolls, haunted dolls.
I guess it's recording.
Yeah.
Okay. Does this make you mad? If you don't like it, say something into here.
Was that you? Yes.
Did you just hear a whistle?
I thought I did, yeah. Oh, it's a dog outside.
Dog.
That's what it was. It was a yelping dog.
I'm just curious if anything happened.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's kind of weird. I guess it's recording? Yeah. Okay. Does this make you mad? If you don't like it, say something into here.
Sure makes for a good EVP session.
Oh, the dog outside. Dog. That's what it was. It was a yelping dog.
Well, that was a waste of an EVP session, but
It was just a squelching Mel meter the whole damn time.
yeah.
But that's how that chaos is your MO. So what? That was not
That was the
any of this.
Mel.
Yeah, that was the Mel right there.
Am I making you mad now? But yeah, I'm quite good at chaos. Do you want us to stop taking you to haunted places?
That was one interesting Mel reaction there, because that hadn't done anything on its own the entire time we've been in here. Unless it happened on abandonment, in which case we'll find that out whenever we watch it back. But
Yeah.
literally, it was going off because of you. It was vibrating it when you were tapping her on the head, since it's touching the doll. But then once you stood up, there's no reason for it to do that again. And it's not like this is me bumping into the couch cushion here. Like, that will make it go off, but we didn't do that.
No.
And none of us were touching the couch. So,
Weird. Can you do that one more time if that was you, and we'll leave you alone?
you can go back to hiding tweezers and stuff.
It's my ice machine, guys. Sorry, I can't do anything about it.
Papa's got to have crisp, cold, crunchy ice.
That's right.
Can you say something else through that box next to the doll? As a final send-off for us to know that you're here and possibly are attached to the doll? We're not convinced yet that there's anything attached to the doll.
Say goodbye.
Or say the name of the doll. You've heard it if you're attached to it, you've heard us say her name 1,000 times. And that's just today.
What if we burned the doll? How would you feel about that? Her eyes are so creepy.
They are creepy.
Also, one thing I wanted to say was, I'm sure there are multiple people maybe watching this that have this same exact
Sinful.
model of doll. And we're not saying that this doll could possibly be haunted because of the model of the doll. The doll was chosen at random.
Yeah. The doll was just in an antique store. Looked creepy, so I bought her. And then she sat on the mantle at the house for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing that happened in relation to the doll. So I was like, if we're going to do this doll experiment, this would be a good doll to use. I know it's not haunted. I do have some other creepy dolls at home, too, that I know aren't haunted.
Yeah. Would you like a friend, Molly?
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and pack up this stuff and get out of here, Molly. You don't seem to want to talk to us, whoever this is. So,
Tickle, 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 tickle.
you're tickling her foot? Look at them dogs.
You never know.
You never know. Well,
Stop saying stuff the same time I say it.
can't help it. So, this has been an interesting investigation here with Miss Molly, the soon-to-be haunted doll. We didn't capture anything that has us convinced that she is in fact a haunted doll at this point. We still have a lot more locations that we're going to be taking her to this year. She might even get on an airplane for the first time. That will be an awkward scenario trying to get her through airport security. They'll be like, why in the absolute do you have this creepy ass doll in your luggage?
Yeah.
But
It's your childhood doll, we'll just tell them that.
yeah, she's my childhood doll and I have a very strange attachment. So, but yeah, a lot more locations, so stay tuned. We're going to be doing more of these videos in the coming year, probably. At least a few more of them to see if she's haunted. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of this investigation, if you thought anything that happened was particularly creepy. And of course, at this moment, we don't know what happened during abandonment. So if there's something that happened during the abandonment that we don't know about, tell us in the comments below. And yeah, we are excited for the next episode at the next location of our paranormal quest.
That's right. Don't forget to leave a comment down below if you watched this far, and make sure you hit the like button.
Turn it on.
Make sure to hit the like button as it throws our channel out into the algorithm, and it helps other people who might have an interest in the paranormal find our content. So thank you guys so much.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, if you enjoyed that episode, maybe click on one of these other videos and watch some more. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on this button right down below. We want to thank all of our YouTube members and Patreon supporters for making all of this possible. And we'll see you next time.